Can you explain to people more about the tactile markers?
Sure. Actually, I think there's quite a few misconceptions from the sighted world about tactile markers. I've spoken to people just informally, and they say things like, "Oh, I think they say you don't slip on the ramp, or they're
Mm.
there as yeah, as a basically as a non-slip floor." But just in Australia, in other countries, they use more types of tactile tiles, which I think would get quite confusing. We only have two types of tactile tiles. So if you walk up the Queen Street Mall or somewhere like that, you might see tiles which look like a little set of tram tracks, and they go from one end of the mall to the other. And occasionally they're tactile, which is called directional tiles. So they go in straight lines because they're directional. And most people don't just stick their cane in it and push it along. They tend to use the tactile tiles on one side or the other to keep them in a straight line. But then along these directional tiles, you'll have these ones which look like little Lego bricks. They've got little dots on them. And those little dots, they're called hazard tiles. And hazard tiles tell you, literally, there's a hazard. Doesn't tell you what the hazard is, but it says, hey, stop here and slow down and check out what's coming next, because it could be an escalator, could be a pram ramp, it could be, and if it's unfortunately, tactile tiles are used very much for design mistakes. Like, you remember the Telstra telephones made of perspex stuck in the middle of the footpath, so they would have
Yeah, we've still got one in my area.
yeah. And you can very often, if you've got tunnel vision, you can see through the perspex, so you don't
Mm.
actually know the telephone's there. So they are decision points, or hazard tiles. Yeah, as a decision point, sometimes they'll put the tactile tiles with the dots on it, or the hazard tile, at a point where you make a junction. So it might be, if you go left, you'll find your way to the ticket office, or if you go right,
Mm.
you'll find your way to the exit. So they're really saying slow down and have a think and work out where you're going. But as you and I were saying, you've got to have the spatial skills to understand what they're trying to tell you. So
Yeah.
they are another form of communication, but they'll mean nothing if you don't know the area. And for